Hello, this is some additional help for Activity 5.3.1, the pros and cons of NAFTA. In the instructions, it asks you to watch the following video about the winners and the losers in NAFTA. And NAFTA, if you remember from the lesson, make sure you read the lesson, stands for the North America Free Trade Agreement. So you'll be provided with the video, make sure you watch the video. While you are watching that video, think about the following things because you are going to be asked to write a one-paragraph response to these questions. So while you're watching the video, think about these questions. What are some of the pros and cons of NAFTA? So what are its benefits? What are its drawbacks? And do you believe that, based on this information that you're learning, that NAFTA benefits or harms the U.S. economy, and why or why not? So your one paragraph response after this video is going to be these two questions right here put into one paragraph. The first question asks, what are some of the pros and cons of NAFTA? So you're going to want to list at least two pros from the video, so the good things about NAFTA, and two cons from the video, the bad things about NAFTA. So for both of these, think about the following things. How each nation that's included in NAFTA, that's the United States, Canada, and Mexico, how each nation is affected. These are just things to think about. You don't have to talk about each nation, but this will help you with the pros and cons. How workers are helped, or are they hurt? The effects on consumers, the economy, the environment, etc. These are all things to consider when you're looking at the pros and the cons in the video. Some other tips for question number 1 about the pros and cons. You can pause and rewind the video. That way you can take notes on the pros and the cons and the effects of NAFTA. And of course, review the lesson prior to watching the video. You can find answers there as well. And write 2 to 3 sentences for this part of your paragraph. So there's 2 questions, and you need a full paragraph of 5 to 7 sentences for this assignment. So think about splitting it up into 2 to 3 sentences for question 1 and 2 to 3 sentences for question 2. So your final answer will be a total of 5 to 7 sentences once you add question 2. And let's go ahead and let's take a look at question 2. Do you believe that NAFTA benefits or hurts the U.S. economy? Why or why not? So based on the pros and the cons that you found in the video, do you believe that NAFTA benefits or does it hurt the U.S. economy, and why or why not? So this is an opinion-based question, and it's based on what you saw in the video, what you read in the lesson, but you still have to back up your opinion with facts from the video and from the reading. And just like question number 1, you're going to want to write 2 to 3 sentences for this answer. So again, in total, your full paragraph will be 5 to 7 sentences. So do you believe that NAFTA benefits or hurts the U.S. economy? Why or why not? And again, use facts that you learned from the video and the reading. I am going to provide an example paragraph outline. So what would a paragraph look like for full credit? And feel free to use these sentences, all of them, whatever you feel is going to help you complete this assignment. You can write it like this. Some of the pros of NAFTA are, and that's where you would insert 2 pros. Some of the cons of NAFTA are, and this is where it would insert 2 cons. And then this is the opinion part. Overall, I believe that NAFTA helps the economy. Or you could say, I believe that NAFTA harms the economy. I believe this because, and you would have evidence from the video or from the lesson. In summary, it's always good to have a conclusion sentence. So in summary, there are many pros and cons, but NAFTA hurts all nations involved. Or maybe, based on what you have learned, you could say, in summary, there are many pros and cons, but NAFTA helps all nations involved. This question will be on the Unit 5 quiz and the final exam, so it is very important that you do well on this, because if you do well on this, that's 2 more answers that you can already have prepared for the quiz and for the final exam. Read the lesson before you complete the assignment. That's true for any assignment. Make sure you read the prior lessons. Always review and edit your work. Make sure there's no run-on sentences, so use punctuation. And of course, check to see if your answers make sense. Read it back to yourself or try reading it to somebody else to make sure that it does make sense. And once you have been graded, once your assignment has been graded, review your grade. What did you get? And check for feedback. Did your teacher say, wow, you did an awesome job? Or did your teacher say, hey, this is a good start, but let's focus on this to improve your grade? And of course, redo anything below a 60%. Below 60 is not passing. And contact your teacher for help. Thank you, and I hope you found this video useful.